Hey guys, I just want to say sorry. This might be one of my longest video, but I promise you it will not be this long unless it's an important video. But yeah, just go ahead and start. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I am back with another video. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Moreno Castillo, and today I will be talking about why Dominican think that coming to the United States is the best way to go. Now, before we go ahead and start with this video, why don't you go ahead and subscribe and click on that red button below. For those of you who has not followed me yet on Snapchat, you can follow me on Snapchat. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, but I am always on Snapchat. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and start with this video, shall we? So let me start by saying that I was born in New York, but I was raised in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And it all happened because my parents thought that I was going through a bad path, which I kind of was, but let me just leave it there and I'm going to tell you guys about that story in another video. But let's say that I did last 5 years in DR, so I have an idea of how it is over there and how it is here for sure, because I've been living here again for almost 9 years, ever since I finished 8th grade. I'm going to say 9th to 8th year. But I want to start by saying the Dominicans think that everything is cheap here. So they have this dream of coming to New York thinking that they're going to have the best house, the best clothes, no type of expensive responsibility, which they're wrong. Let's start talking about houses. All right? Houses in New York, it's expensive. You literally will last like 30 to 40 years paying it. Houses in DR, you finish paying it, literally, you don't even finish paying it. You building it from the ground to the top on your own in less than 3 years, and it's all yours. Now, back to New York. The house in New York, once you finish paying it, you still have to pay taxes, or like what they call it here, the mortgage. In DR, once you finish building your house is yours. You don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to pay nothing to the government. It's yours, period. And I don't know why they want to leave what they already have in DR to come over here to start all over. Mind you, not even start all over, just to rent a house. That's another thing. Here, if you come to New York, there's not much houses. There are houses, but it's more apartment and buildings than houses. So once you rent an apartment here in New York, a one bedroom, if you're lucky, you'll find it starting at $900 and up. Everything is depending on the bedroom. In DR, you'll find an apartment starting at $20,000, which is, I mean, not $20,000, 20,000 pesos, which is great. Actually, let me do the calculation. I'll be right back. I calculate 20,000 pesos Dominicanos divided by 48 dollars. Actually, pesos Dominicano, which is how much it is in DR. And they will pay for an apartment $416. Yeah, that's starting. The maximum that I will say that it will go to is like $1,000, but depending on the bedroom. A $416 apartment in DR comes with 2 bedrooms or either 3 bedrooms. They have a nice parking lot. Who doesn't want a parking lot? You don't find that here in New York. That's another thing. In DR, every house, every apartment, everybody has a freaking parking. Why you want to come to New York to struggle? Because here in New York, let me tell you, you struggle looking for parking. Yo he sabido durar hasta 2, 3 horas buscando parqueo. En Santo Domingo, todo el mundo tiene su parqueo ya en su casa o en la marquesina o... I don't even know why I'm speaking in Spanish, but they all have their apartments and their houses with a parking lot. And not only one, sometimes you get up to 2 parking lots. Second, I want to talk about light bills. Light bills here, everything is depending on how much you consume here. Winter, you pay literally like $150 to $200 depending on how much electricity you have. Don't get me started on summertime. In summertimes, for example, here in my house, there's 3 ACs. It's always hot, so we always have it on. And let me tell you, light bills could go from $300 to $400 easily, just like that. In the yard, light bills, the most that I have seen me living the way I used to live in a house with 4 bedrooms. There was an AC in the upper level. There's like 3 bedrooms, and since I was the only one living there, plus the lady who used to take care of me, which was my mom's best friend, um, I think I was the only one using the AC at that time. But the light bills with the fridge, the lights was always on. I was always on my computer. It's just I always had everything on basically, and I used to spend 2,400 pesos Dominicano. I think that's literally like 45 or $50. I'm gonna say $50 just for light bills, and that's pretty much good comparing to how much people pay here. Now, if you pay that amount of money here, it's because you don't use your electricity as much, and it's because you always at work. That's another thing I want to talk about. Work. If you come to New York, you're gonna live at work because you're basically gonna work. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say 5 days. Let's just say 7 days a week. 7 days a week. You're working 7 days a week. You're basically working for your bills. You're literally paying everything: your apartment, your car insurance, your light bills, um, cable, phone bill, cell phone bill. Like there's so much shit you have to pay that comparing to DR, you don't have to worry about that much because let me not lie, there's people who rob lights. Se roban la luz. Y no me diga que no. If I'm lying, comment below. But I know I'm right because I seen it. Dominicans are crazy. But not only that, they don't pay that much for their light bills. And that's just insane how much they want to come to New York. I get it. You want to better your life. But the opportunity that you have there comparing to here, it is a big difference. But you're still owning things over there. You don't have to like pay and then continue paying taxes for stuff that you already purchased or is yours. Here, let's start talking about school. If you go to school here, yes, they might pay for your college tuition or financial aid, whatever you want to call it. They might pay for all that, but at the end of the day, if you're making enough money and they find out, you have to pay everything you spend. And here, school is not cheap. It's literally I remember knowing I know someone who went to a regular community college and she ended up paying. I think she told me it was $30,000. That's how much she owed. I think she's still paying it, but she did have to pay and she worked her ass off for that responsibility that she had on her ass. And boy, let me tell you, when you in the art, school is not that expensive, cause it was literally like around $2,000 per month or so like that. And I keep saying dollars, but it's pesos. Pesos is nothing. That's like let me see. I'm gonna say it's like $30 times 48 pesos because that's $1 is like 48 pesos. So I'm gonna say $100 per month. Let's say $100 per month. 100 times 48, that will be $4,800. So that will be 2 months. 2 months of college payment. Who doesn't want that? 2 months for $100? That's perfect. That's just incredibly crazy. But Dominicans see it like if it's an expensive ass shit that they have to work their asses off. Mind you, the jobs that they have over there, if you know English, you get a good job. Why don't you take English classes to better yourself? Yes, there are opportunities here, but the thing is that you guys don't see what we see. Because it's like I was saying, we know how much we have to pay here, but we also know how much we have to pay over there. And when we live here, we compare to how our life was over there, we would want to go back. A lot of people just want to stay here, but me, if I could, I would build a house my way in DR and just move my ass out there, make a business. That's another thing. I understand if you come to New York, don't just stay living in New York. Come over here, work enough hard to build an empire over there. Because I know that a lot of people who have a business over there, they actually grow from it. They make money off that. If you make enough apartments over there with the money that you make here, you can also rent it and live off that. There's people who also buy use cars here in New York and send it to DR and rent it out. That's another way to make mad bread. And I'm actually thinking about all these stuff, and I'm surprised I haven't started a business over there. Anyways, back to this. Let's start also with clothing. One thing I hate about Dominicans, not that I hate it, but it's annoying, is that you travel over there, you want to go on vacation, you take your nice new fresh clothes that you just spent money on, and you almost went broke buying all these clothes because you want to show off. That's another thing. El Americano Dominicano, the American person that is Dominican and goes over there just to visit or go on a vacation, they always want to show off with new clothes. So they will spend $500, $600 on a whole bunch of clothes just to wear it for a couple of weeks or days. And then comes this original Dominican people over there to be like, oh yeah, eso me sirve, let me get it. And I'm like, bitch, I paid $400 for that shit. Why would I give you that? Or I paid $40 for that. Why would I give you that? Or the sneakers, I paid, let's say a Jordan for $150. Why would I give it to you? Mind you, sneakers are their favorite things to take. They could be a size 10 and you could be an 8 and they'll be like, yo, cap right? They will fit their super humongous ass feet in a fucking 8. And when they stretch it, you got no other option but to give it to them. But I don't have problem doing that because yo no soy vanido, so I don't have this mentality that whatever I own, yes, I own it and I bought it, but I don't have that, what you call it, shit. Like I don't even know how to express myself right now. I don't mind giving, you know what I mean? Because giving is caring, and at the end of the day, when you go to DR and you go into their houses, they do everything in their power to actually make you feel like a king that you deserve to be, even though you don't deserve it. But they treat you nice. They be like, "Oh, mijo, here's a room for you." They will kick their kids out of their own room just so you can have your own bedroom and have your own privacy. Which I adore my aunts and uncles for doing that for me, but I don't think it's necessary. I think we can all share, and if this is your room, if you're okay with me staying there, then I will ask you, even though your mom kicked your ass out of the room. Like, I have an aunt in DR. She has an empty space, so that's why I usually stay with her. But I also ask her son if it's okay for me to stay in his house because he lives there with his mom. How do you feel about another person living in your house for a week or 2 weeks? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, second, in the yard, parties are legit. You enjoy. You don't spend that much. You don't have to really go all off. Now, us American, I don't know why we do that. We think we the shit. We take mad money just to blow it off in people's face and then come broke back to work. Like all that money I save to go spend in the yard, I don't really need to spend it. I just want to be fantamoso. That's what we call it. Someone who's who likes to show off. That's what I will call it. But one thing that I could say for sure in the art, music, for example, you actually enjoy it. You live it. That's just the perfect word to say. You live it. In New York, you enjoy the music, but you don't really live it. You need to enjoy it and feel it in your soul. I don't know if that's the best way to say it, but a lot of people don't really enjoy it. Now, when it comes to jobs over there, there's a lot of good jobs. You just have to find the proper way. When people go to school over there, that's one thing. Your parents will not allow that. El Dominicano no coge esa cotorra. You going to college because you're going to college. Your parents will do everything they can to do what their parents did for your parents. And that's to go to college. They will work hard to pay for your college. That I'm going to say for sure. But what I like about the art is that you actually become a professional, whatever you are, a professional doctor, a professional interior designer, a professional dentist. You are professional. Over here, you become professional, but you don't really do what you study. That's another thing I don't like about New York. You come to New York, you study something that you think you're gonna do long terms, and you don't end up working with you what you actually went to school for. Like your major, it was just a title that they gave you, and it doesn't work literally because you. It's hard to find whatever you want to work for. For example, me, I was studying interior designer, and I wanted to Well, I didn't even finish the school because I didn't even complete the college degree, let's say like that. But I feel like people who don't go to college in New York actually get better opportunity than those people who actually study 4 to 10 years in college, and then if they're lucky they'll find a job, but they have to start from zero. Once they finish college, they have to work at McDonald's, they have to work um in a car wash or whatever, just to start somewhere, you know what I mean? And it's hard. You might get it, you might get your dream job because you study hard as fuck for it, but you're not gonna get it right away. There's other people who hasn't got a degree and they got the job that you studied for, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing there? He hasn't even went to college. Now in DR, on the other hand, if you went to college, you definitely gonna make something out of whatever you study, because you are gonna find a job for what that degree was. You just have to make sure you take your resume to the right place and they will hire you right on the spot. And if they don't hire you on the spot, but they will hire you eventually in less than 2 weeks or a month. One thing that I did find out, that if you know English in a call center, you make more than whatever person made in college over there. That's another thing that I think is not fair, but if that's the case, I recommend a Dominican to study English over there and work in a call center, because you're gonna make money over there for that. Another thing that I would like to address or say is, I don't think it's worth leaving everything that you have in DR just to come to live in New York. Yes, there is a lot of opportunity. Yes, there is money, but the living situation comparing to how you live in DR to comparing to how you live in New York, it's a big difference. And another thing, the Dominican think that once they come here, they're gonna just be like all settled, but you ain't shit until you don't get your social security, because you can't work without that. So one thing that I could say, you're gonna struggle in the beginning, and if you are smart to build yourself once you come to New York, then toodles to you. But it's not easy, and has an American guy, I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard. But I would suggest Dominican to stop picturing New York has the perfect fairy tale, because it's not. Just make sure you enjoy your life over there, and if you get the visa or residence, or como se dice residencia, I don't know how your green card. There you go. Well, if you get your green card, then toodles to you, but just take it slow. No te desespere. Don't get crazy excited just because it is hard, first of all, to get a green card, and two, it's just, I don't think it's necessary to come to New York. I feel like you're gonna struggle more here than what you were struggling over there. And trust me, I'm struggling right now, and I'm already in New York, and I know the environment, I know how everything moves. And when I'm telling you I'm struggling, I'm struggling. But let me just cut this video right here, guys. I hope you guys enjoy what I'm actually here to say, because life is hard. What can I say? Pero one thing that I just had to say is that Dominicans have this mentality and this picture of how they think that we live in New York, but we don't live that way. So I wish I did this video in Spanish, but I'm going to try to see if I could do the title in the bottom in Spanish. If I could find a way to how to do it, because I'm still learning how to edit and all that stuff. But yeah, and stay tuned to how I actually went from New York to DR in my crazy situation, because it was kind of funny how they left me over there, even though at the moment I was a little pissed. But I was pretty mad, I'm not gonna lie. But let's just wait till next video, and if you haven't already subscribed, like I said, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to get a notification on when I upload a new video, go ahead and click on that bell, and you will definitely see, you'll be the first one to watch my video. So with that being said, guys, have a good one, and stay tuned for another video. Goodbye. Así como tú quieras, te hago el amor y